Well, this is Ananda, and this is the energy reading for the week commencing 27th of October. So apologies that this is late. I'm using Donia Mori's Soul Freedom Energy card deck, and I'm just going to take the cards out. So we have the cards here. And of course, the intention is to be made aware of the energies coming in for us this week so that we may navigate our lives in a more graceful, easier, more joyful way. Okay. All right, so there we are. And all that is done for the highest good of all sentient beings across all space-time dimensions and universes. Right. So I'm going to shuffle and split, see where the first card comes out. And so I'm just continuing to split the deck until we come up with, and using my left hand to choose the card. And this is the first card. Soul family. Wonderful. And I will read the synopsis, the information in the booklet, because it's really concise and precise as well, which makes this very, very valuable, I think. Okay, and the second card. Okay, stop here, cut the deck, and it's this side, and it's this side, and let's see. It's from here. And the second card is Sacred Circle. Sacred Circle. Soul family, Sacred Circle. Intriguing. Okay, it's been left side for these three cards. Not always going to the left deck when I split it with left side of the deck. But when I first split it, it seems to be left. And this is the third card. Divine timing. So I wonder if at this moment in time, there are a lot of connections being made, beautiful connections with our soul family, and a sacred circle. Sacred circle, something about that. Perhaps it's also about making the time and space so that we can connect with our soul families, that everything happens, in divine timing. But I wonder if it's actually now. And why is it important to meet soul family? I think it's one of the things why it's really important to do that is also just to know that we're never alone. That family is sometimes not just the families we were born into, but the connections that we make beyond that. Sometimes we find them on trips. So, in the shop down the road, suddenly you find someone and there's a huge, huge connection and recognition with them. And I think what this does for many of us is we may perhaps start questioning the narrative that we've been given for many generations, that we are not just this lifetime. We are many lifetimes and many experiences, some more than others. Some have more lifetimes than others, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't matter. But at this moment in time, I think the soul families are coming together, perhaps because the experiences are ripe to be shared. Um, and also, it's very much about, yeah, awakening to that vastness that we are, and to that infinite divine being that we are as well, and that connection that we have. And what does this do? It awakens us further. It opens our minds to greater possibilities and, the investigation perhaps of other connections we may have with places in the world, with other peoples of different colors and different cultures. Yeah. So the soul family can traverse many cultures. Yeah, not just the same skin color, or it could be different ages, it can be different genders or inclinations or sexualities, and I think when the connection is a very loving one, it also helps us to be more accepting of others. If this is the person you meet, suddenly makes such a, it's such a heart opening experience, and maybe they're gay and you don't like that, perhaps you'll be more open to non-judgment of people's sexuality or sexual inclination after that. So there is a lot of that. It's really about expansion of mind, expansion of consciousness, knowing that, um yeah, that it's just silly to judge, silly to restrict ourselves and restrict our connection to these different peoples and different your soul family could be an animal. And there's such a huge connection, love connection, that you think, we don't just show up in human bodies, and not just limited to that. And perhaps that might open our hearts further to the world that we share, this home that we call Earth. And that perhaps, is a questioning about how we would treat family, and if it is loving and a functional family, there is a lot of acceptance and non-judgment and kindness. And I think that's kind of what we're being asked to do. See your neighbor, no matter how annoying they can be sometimes, or as family. And our family is all of humanity, no matter how evil some humans can seem to be. Um, and you know, perhaps, yeah, perhaps we need to open ourselves more to that and open our hearts as well. And I might, just to warn you, I might just suddenly mute this or pause it, because my dog is looking out and he's very tempted to bark, and he can be very loud. So, March, yep, come on here. I'm calling him. So I've got him here. Hopefully he doesn't bark. So the intention is attract and connect with all who resonate with you on the deepest soul level. Belonging, connection, and sacred community. Open your heart to attract your soul family. Embrace those who resonate with your deepest essence and who share a sacred vision with you to make the world a better place. You will experience a profound sense of belonging. Know that Spirit has brought you together for a sacred purpose. Trust in these divine connections, for they're here to uplift, guide, and walk beside you on your journey of coming home. There we are. And sacred circle, just find the page. The intention is the sacred circle reminds us that everything is part of the divine and can be made sacred again. Key energies are growth, interconnectedness, and blessings. The message: you are called into the sacred circle to remember that all things are interconnected and part of the divine, filled with infinite potential for growth and transformation. As you honor the sacredness within and around you, everything in life has the potential to become a blessing. All can be made whole and sacred once again. So huge healing potential. We understand, or we perceive that there is sacredness within us, no matter how much you may judge yourself. And when we can connect to that, And we can be that, we can understand it, and then be enlightened by it, and then embody it. And we create so much good for the rest of humanity and the people who are around us, and also the animals and the plants all respond in the most beautiful way as well. So, number 12 is divine timing. It's beautiful, this card. It's like little fireflies everywhere, those little beautiful, beautiful little dotties. I just love them. It's like the path of the fireflies, and then you see them sparkling. Anyway, I'll shut up and read this. Intention: trust the sacred flow of your journey. Know all is aligned for your highest good. The key energies are patience, faith, and surrender. Yeah, patience, faith, and surrender. The message is trust in the divine timing in your life. Know that everything unfolds perfectly for your highest good as you surrender to the flow of your journey. Embrace patience and have faith that all is aligned in ways you may not yet see. This is a sacred time, so we have it. Sacred circle, and it is a sacred time. You're always guided and supported, with each moment bringing you closer to your soul's purpose. Closer to love, closer to wholeness, closer to acceptance and an expansion of heart, so that it can include love for everyone and everything, no matter how annoying or seemingly horrible, but also compassion and the ability to just detach, surrender, and know that there's a spark in everyone. There's the spark of the divine in everyone, even ones who seem to be terribly evil. There is a spark, and all they have to do is be open to that. Yeah. So I know it's hard. It's really hard to see someone or to view someone without rancor and hate if they've committed many atrocities. And it takes a huge amount of surrender and faith to not judge them. Yeah. It doesn't mean that they don't have to be responsible for the results of their actions. Yeah. It's not saying it's just giving them a ticket to keep doing it, but it's about how we feel and view that. Okay. So, soul family, sacred circle, turning to a beautiful state, sacredness, connecting, calling in, opening ourselves to our soul family, to the ones who resonate with us, so that our path is brighter, less lonely. Yeah. And the soul family doesn't necessarily have to be just human. Perhaps it's angelic, perhaps it's ascended ones, perhaps it's galactic ones. Perhaps you need to go on a journey. Maybe you need to go to Egypt, or you may need to go to Hawaii, or you may need to go to stone circles in Europe, or you need to go to Chartres Cathedral to walk the labyrinth, or you need to go to some beautiful Buddhist or Hindu temples in Asia. They all have the intention of the veneration of the divine, the veneration of the divine in all of us, the purity and the vision and the interconnectedness of everything. So I hope this is useful. And if it is, please give it a thumbs up. I'm sorry that the last few ones have been a little bit late, but it's been so busy, and I have not been very well the past few days. Hence, this is a little bit late. But thank you very much for joining me, and take care. Remember to spend a bit of time doing this. This will come. in its own time, exactly the right time. But now is the time to stop, to focus on that. Okay, so thank you very much. Namaste. I love you.